Hello, classmates. I can't believe we're nearly finished with this class and that Thanksgiving is tomorrow. That being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday with your friends and family. And now it's time to do the discussion. So, traditional relational databases have held a dominating position within the database market for quite some time up until recently. They have been disrupted by a rapid growth of non relational databases or no SQL databases amongst users today. Statistics show that SQL or structured query language databases have been able to maintain their position, still dominating, even though no SQL databases have been established and continue to grow their position within the market. For this week's discussion post, the explanation of one's position on whether relational databases become extinct or not will be discussed. First, an explanation of what relational and non relational databases will be provided. Then a quick review of their differences. And lastly, the reasoning behind my position on this topic will be explained. So for starters, there are two major databases which are relational and non-relational databases. Of the two, relational databases are the more popular and widely used option, and its relational feature is supportive of the data between the entities and their attributes. Relational databases store data in a tabular form of columns and rows that make up a table, which is made up by a combination of both. While a table represents an entity as a whole, each column is an attribute of the entity, which is known as the field or property, and each row represents a record, data associated with an entity. So, relational databases have abilities for creating, reading, updating, and deleting operations and uses. Structured query language, or SQL, which is used to manipulate the objects within the database. These objects can be the database itself, tables, or other objects, which can include scheme objects or schema objects. This type of database helps to ensure data consistency and compliance with the former database schema while adhering to the ACID properties of database transactions. So that stands for like autonomy, consistency, isolation, and durability. Um, Relational databases are best when performing intensive read/write operations on a small to medium-sized data set, or larger batch processes that have only a limited number of simultaneous transactions. So if volumes of data being handled increase, then the capacity can also be increased by using vertical scaling, but that is also limited to how much your hardware supports. It's not very good with horizontal scaling. RDBMS is still the way to go when storing medium-sized or smaller volumes of highly structured data, and when organizing strong emphasis emphasizes consistency and extensive query facilities. RDBMS is traditional and easy to learn / understand. It also provides strong support for transactionality, durability, and manageability. When dealing with massive volumes, flexible data structures, scalability, and availability are more important. The NoSQL database may be the preference. This database is usually a schema free, or it has flexible schema, um, and it is supportive of the base transaction mechanism, which is basically available soft state, eventually consistent. It's capable of handling huge amounts of data and very high frequencies of read or write requests. Has easy horizontal scaling and data replication. So schema is basically the blueprint that shows how it was constructed. It shows the collection of tables, while the database is a collection of schema. So Oracle is one of the most popular relational database systems that provides functionality for cloud, document store, graph DBMS, key value storage, blog, and PDF storages. Recently, they also just announced an autonomous feature that allows the database to be intelligent and self-managed. It would be an oversimplification to reduce your choice of RDBMS or a NoSQL database to a choice between consistency and integrity or scalable and flexibility, respectively. Expect the industry to continue to moving towards an adoption of blended systems, except in use cases that require specialized niche database management systems. In those settings, the NoSQL movement has rightly taught users that one size fits all mentality of relational systems is no longer applicable, and it should be replaced by an approach that focuses on the findings of the